Hello everybody, Tyranno here, and welcome to the Storm Warning dev server. And we're going to be kicking off by taking a look at a new British battleship, which is HMS Rodney of the Nelson class of battleships. And of course this is one that people have been waiting for a very long time, myself included, because this is the first and only British battleship class to be armed with 16-inch guns. And that of course means that this is going to be coming in at the very top battle rating of 7.0. So as you can see, the vessel isn't exactly complete. The armour scheme is just a bit all over the place in thicknesses, and they haven't labelled the weapons correctly. But as you can see, the main armament is all housed at the front of the ship, or towards the front of the ship, with only your secondaries being mounted at the rear. And this does have a very odd appearance, almost like a tanker, which was noted even at the time. But like I mentioned, this does have 16-inch guns, so you've got 3 triple turrets at the front here. And these can fire HE shells with 74mm penetration, or APC-BC shells with 591mm penetration at 5,000 metres. So very good at penetrating enemy armour, and it's got 23.2 kilograms of explosive in that shell, so it should do a good amount of damage when it does hit. As for your secondary armament, you've got 6 twin 152mm cannons at the back here, and they can fire just the semi-armour piercing ballistic capped shells. Only got 91mm penetration at 5,000 metres, so not going to do well against heavily armoured ships, but will do decently enough against destroyers and the like. Then you've also got 6 single 152mm guns, so you've got 2 at the back here, and then 4 around the superstructure, just behind the bridge. And then as for your anti-air armament, you've got 3 octuple pom-poms, so these are 8-barreled AA guns, so you've got 1 right at the rear of the vessel, and then again another 2 around the main superstructure behind the bridge. And then to top it all off, you've got 2 20mm Oerlikons mounted on the middle turret at the front of the ship. So not the best anti-air armament in the world, but it's not exactly the worst either, should do decently enough. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to have any torpedoes modelled, which is a bit unfortunate because of course the Nelson class of battleship did have torpedoes mounted, and indeed in the final battle with Bismarck, HMS Rodney fired torpedoes and appeared to have hit Bismarck, which would mean this is the only battleship to ever successfully torpedo another battleship. So hopefully they're just going to be adding that on later on in the dev server. Hopefully they've just not finished that yet, because it'd be a shame for this to be missing, a rather important bit of its main armament. Then moving on to the armour, like I say, it's very hard to actually say what the armour's supposed to be because all of these values are incorrect. You've got correct ones in the info box. So the barbette is supposed to be about 254mm to 101mm. The max armour is meant to be about 355mm, I believe. Basically, yeah, the armour thickness is a bit all over the place and just not present in some places, so yeah, it's a bit hard to judge it at the moment, so hopefully that'll be updated soon on the dev server. It's got a top speed stock of 21.2 miles per hour, which is faster than most American battleships and on par with most other nations' battleships, but of course is slower than Scharnhorst and the new French Dunkirks. But we have got those 16-inch guns, so that should be enough to make up for the lack of speed compared to those vessels. And then of course you can see that the crew is only 15, because of course this was the first fully automated battleship in Royal Navy service. But actually, being serious, I believe the crew count is supposed to be about 1,300 or 314. So a little bit on the low side compared to most other battleships, but not the worst in the game either. But it definitely can't compete against some of the later American battleships that have like 2,000 crew on them. So that is a bit of a disadvantage, but can't have it all, I suppose. And then of course we've got a whole bunch of fire directors up here just above the bridge. So you've got your main one with 93% measure accuracy, and it can calculate a firing solution in 15 seconds, and it can update in 8 seconds. And you've got 4 of them at the front here. And then you've got another 3 at the back here, and they all seem to have about the same stats. And your bridge is here around the main superstructure area, just below those fire directors. And here are the modifications. Unfortunately, despite the fact there is an aircraft on top of the rear turret, you can't actually use it, it appears, which is a bit of a shame, but there you go. And so, yeah, that is HMS Rodney. And yeah, I'm very glad that this has been added to the game. It's been a vessel that we've been waiting for a long time. It's a bit of a shame that we seem to have skipped a whole bunch of vessels because, of course, we still haven't got the Revenge class, and we've only got the Queen Elizabeth class as an event vehicle. So it'd be nice to see the Revenge and Queen Elizabeth class added to the main tech tree, and you can see that Rodney comes after HMS Colossus, so it's on this middle line here. And it is only the second 7.0 battleship in the British tech tree, so hopefully this will be a very good thing for British players in the very top tiers of naval. Anyway, that was just a quick video looking at HMS Rodney. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. I've been Tyranno, and I'll see you next time.